Hey everyone, how are you? And welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome for the first time. It's been well over a year since I did a let's play of a game I developed, so tonight we're continuing the Heliotrope Chronicles Book 1. Chapter 3 has been out since I've shown a preview of that installment, but I held off on showcasing it in its entirety because it was based on a couple of dire topics I covered on this channel, and I was terrified of crossing a line between fiction and reality. At the same time though, current events along with real-world mythology and mental illness inspires me to write stories that feel real to me. I appreciate Joy Luna for capturing that somber but complex atmosphere in his compositions that he contributed to the series. Chapter 3 was where he started, and it was immersive enough to feel like I was playing a 2D American Mickey's Alice game. As I did previously, I'll be doing a reading of the dialogue, so shall we begin? She landed safely. The blinking mouse sign is basically a way of showing you how to use your mouse to communicate with NPCs, and it walks you through what doing that will do. So for instance, the sign states, you can interact with characters and key objects by clicking on your left mouse button. The tomb to the right, for example, can be used to experience a new adventure or relive past events if it has archived. If you spot something in an area that appears out of the ordinary, click on it just to make sure. Sometimes individuals and objects of great importance are clever at hiding in plain sight. So this game encourages exploration. Let's start out with this NPC. Eforie encountered him in Chapter 2. Patronus was in Patronus? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hello there. You must be this person that lady next to you show concern for. He's talking to Frederick, the red shirt guy. Eforie's the girl with the blue t-shirt on. I was hoping to stay out of your way, but luckily, we're the only creatures around. If you're sure you're okay, do regale me of your hardship. Perhaps you'll find solace that I revile the dark arts. I am afraid that some of my fellow fairies are starting to embrace it thanks to another band of trespassers in our woods. If you play Chapter 2 or watch the Let's Play of that installment, you'll know what this is about. And these pages explain the summary of the Heliotrope Chronicles Book 1. It's called Scars of the Past. And what we're going to do is play Chapter 3. Horrorkit sometimes gives me a hard time for designing my games to be too hard. I mean, that's kind of the intention because I'm not exactly a good programmer, so what I do to make up for it is to try to make the game as hard as possible so players can make the most of their screen time. I mean, playtime. Gosh, I'm exhausted. I know, it doesn't look like there's anything up there, but I'm working with Sci-Field Crows to add an item up there for players to collect. Phew! The stock photographs allows the game to feel realistic too. Now player 2 is ahead of him. Heliotrope Journey is mainly a single-player series of games, though if there's another person in the room, they can do a bit of a co-op mode by controlling the second player. As you can see, they follow player 1 around, and if they press the the S, A, and Q keys, they'll be able to attack. Comes in handy when player 1's in a tight spot. It doesn't work for Castlevania Lords of Shadow, but it works in a 2D platformer like this. Don't mind me, I'm just casually strolling through these thorns as if they don't have any effect on me. The creatures in this game can be silly sometimes. Jeez, the hawks in this game are brutal. Especially the changelings. And that's why it's a good thing that I added checkpoints before getting to the most difficult parts of the game. That was close. Unfortunately, player 2 can also go through these doors. And because Frederick is stuck, Eforie will have to take over. So yeah, player 1 can use both characters interchangeably, but player 2 can attack. And we're back to the previous level because I'm an idiot. Oh, look, there's a checkpoint up there. Better not miss it. Perfect. Always keep an eye out for that lantern stone in case you run into trouble later. Or get to a part that's too difficult. We're definitely going to consider adding something up there. Up in that section where the hawks are flying. And like I said, I'm looking to have Sidefield Crows work on that. In case you don't know who he is, he's a game developer that experiments with Commodore 64. With game development tools used to port games to the Commodore 64. And he illustrates immersive pixel animations. I rarely hire him because I almost never have the budget to afford him, but whenever I do, it's because I'm shooting for adding a prominent enemy or a key object that I want to have stand out. In other words, what he designs for my games is the assets he designs for my games is illustrated in a style that I can never hope to accomplish. kind of makes me feel mediocre compared to the people I work with. But at least I'm grateful that they're willing to work with me. And Eforie has to take over. Because to go see if she can touch that lantern stone. Nope. Just my luck. But at least she helped unlock that door. Let's see if I can manage without it for now. Eforie's back in her regular outfit. Did she have time to change clothes in between that level? In between these rooms? She doesn't look so good. Goodness! It's getting chilly up here and the water is cold. Eforie, where'd you go? Frederick, I'm right here. The forest is becoming less safe. Do you see the sun seen through the trees? Faintly. It's just above that tree to the right, but it seems to be moving toward a mountain. No, this can't be right. We lost too much time trekking through the woods without a lead. Could it be that we've hit a dead end? It's a possibility we followed the wrong trail. We should make haste and find shelter before the changelings resume seeking us out. There's a secret cave I found that's near that waterfall. Is that where she had time to get changed? We should be safe there. Come on. Take my hand. The rocks are slippery, so your balance alone might not help. Lead the way, Eforie. I'll be right behind you. Don't! Frederick, get away from her! She's an imposter! Eforie? How am I to know this? Look who the hell is talking. That man isn't an idiot. You're right, but I feel like I'm suddenly asleep. No, I can't wake up. Is what I'm seeing real? You will know the answer to that question if you would please take my hand. The power we're in is now right under our... The power we're in is so... You will know the answer to that question if you would please take my hand. The power we're in is now right under your nose. One wrong decision will cost you your freedom. Choose wisely then. Do not let her melodious voice snare you. This could be a problem. Choose the wrong variation of Eforie and it takes us back to the hub world. Which essentially means players would have to start the level all over. A talking toad? I can make out that you are facing a quagmire. These damsels await your verdict, but one will lead you down a dark path. That's what I just said. Do not ask me who. My instincts were not specific, but I can advise you to click on one with your right mouse button and listen closely to how they appraise you. Afterwards, your conscience will take it from here. This is just to make sure players don't click on the left mouse button by mistake. Let's hear what this Eforie has to say first, since we recognize her most wearing that color shirt. Her kindness is just a mask, honey. I see evil glistening in her eyes. Her kindness is just a mask, honey. I see evil glistening in her eyes. It's too subtle. We've come a long way, Frederick. Go for what you truly think is right. She seems sincere. I'll click on her. Made the right choice. Hi! Don't even think about taking one more step toward that ableist. Get back here right this minute, boy! Frederick did not listen. He held the real Eforie's hand. She breathed through her nose and they both smiled at each other. To be clear, Frederick and Eforie have a platonic friendship. They're not dating. Their moment of friendship did not last, for an agitated, exasperated Laura was now within their vision. Both heroes turned around to face her. This cannot be! I trusted you, dear, but you left me to drown! It would have been easier for you to approach me alone and listen to my troubles. We could have found common ground and joined me so we could decimate the patriarchy together. Then this ableist cow who calls herself your friend can spend the rest of her days reaping the filth she has sown. No wonder people wish harm upon you. You can't be for equality if part of your rhetoric is to make me feel less than human instead of helping me understand. I'm horribly sorry you suffered so much, but this isn't fair. And you're in no position to threaten us, Laura. Really? Do you want me to stake her life on it? I'm adaptable. Normally, Eforie would be able to chop those thorns down, but Laura was a step ahead of her, so she didn't really have the time to get out her battle axe and just get rid of them. So she's all tied up, and Frederick is on his own for right now. I am giving you a second chance, boy. No compliant temptress getting in the way. No divine force to remove me from this canvas. No nothing. It's just you and me from now on. Now pucker up. Eforie, I'll get you out. Don't worry about me, Frederick. I'll help you in a second. Just focus on wearing her out. There's a checkpoint right there, in the water. This is my favorite piece by Joy Luna. He didn't really give it a name, but I called it the Thorns of Black and White Thinking. The title is named after the dangers of engaging. The title of that track is named after the dangers of black and white thinking. It's not exclusive to borderline personality disorders, but people who can't see things from a different perspective. People that are unwilling to learn. It's a good thing I placed that checkpoint right there, because Laura is not an easy boss fight if you're reckless. The checkpoint in the second to last room is for people who are more daring, though they would risk either starting the level all over or start it from a point that before one of the most difficult areas in the level. Don't worry about me, Frederick. I'll help you in a sec. Just focus on wearing her out before she ensnares you. Too late. Also, just about anyone is prone to black and white thinking, especially in social spaces on social media like Reddit, where it is encouraged to see things from only one angle. I try not to fall into this trap, but I can acknowledge that there are going to be some instances where I am going to be looking at something from only one facet, and I grow, and it allows me to prove me my writing before I start recording. Oh good, Eforie's free. Which means the boss fight will be slightly easier, but Laura's gotten more dangerous. She won't be easy to take down. But there's a checkpoint right there. I better catch it. Oh, too late. Better luck next time. But at least I have an excuse to keep listening to the song. Joy Luna never gave it an official name, but should he release that music on his channel, he'll probably come up with an alternative name, unless he asks me, what would you like to name it? Grab it! Oh, phew. Well, Eforie's now hiding behind Frederick. So you do what you gotta do and spam the up and Q keys. The music's much more faster paced, which I got that idea from Sonic Advance 2 and 3. In which the soundtrack for the boss fight becomes faster, more intense, to express the urgency in the fight. All done. Your ex was right about you. Any relationship with a human as self-absorbed as you will only be a recipe of disaster. You're only kidding yourself, Laura. He's the furthest thing from these things. You go apoplectic when you don't get what you want. Of course you believe his ex. Wanna know why? You two are literally the same person. At least Carmilla was always there for me when I needed her. Human relationships only last for so long until one flame burns out. Make no mistake, Frederick. I will hunt you down, and I will make you understand how eternal life will extinguish the pain in your heart. That power can heal it, but only if you can see that we're friends and I can soothe you. I don't know if Laura has ulterior motives. We're not finished yet. You still want me so badly? Stop it. We're in no condition to push our luck. I need to conserve the sun's energy in my light stone. I can't waste it protecting you whenever you make an irrational decision. I guess you're right. Something about her always angers me. It's like she feels my pain but uses it to taunt me. Are you alright? You're staring at the waterfall like you usually do when you're upset. I hate to tell you that you shouldn't be long. I know, but I don't get it. What did she want from me? What did she want with me? I think it was cut and dry what she wanted. Could Dracula have sent her to retrieve him on his behalf? She said something along the lines of, "Fuck the patriarchy," so I doubt it. I thought you understood her well enough. I don't know. Laura was keen to hang my ex over my head to convince me that I'm weak unless I accept her offer. I should fix that typo. How am I know? Oh God, that I did not realize there were a couple of grammar inconsistencies in these lines. Don't worry, I'll fix that when the 4th episode comes out. I'm currently working on chapter 4 right now, so when I get a chance, I'll look over that box and fix it. But for now, just bear with me. I don't know. Laura was keen to hang my ex over my head to convince me that I'm weak unless I accept her offer. How am I to know that it isn't a ruse she had planned with Dracula? He sent Lilith to seduce Dracula. Long story. I'm just as clueless as you are, but we can't wait for Laura to come back. We've seen for ourselves that she is in no mood for a pleasant chat. The cave behind the waterfall is the perfect shelter, after all. Running water will keep her and the other vampires out. I can tell you're thinking of him. Your ex. Do you still miss him? Losing him doesn't hurt as much anymore, so no. I still wish there was something I could do to show him some compassion. I know he said I never cared for him. You can't blame yourself for his actions. You did everything you could to show him he was loved, and he still didn't believe you. You were all there when he passed on. Nothing he did nor said made any difference. He was a troubled man, and I feel bad for him. But to heal from this pain is to let him go. Is that what you're going to say when Emparo falls into himself too? Every day that passes, his governess keeps him prisoner. He fears I might look for love elsewhere. I tell him I'm staying, but he won't listen. I'm sorry, but that's exactly what I'll say to you. You've got to work on your self-worth. Otherwise, you'll fall for another broken person. History will naturally repeat itself. Love yourself for who you really are. Open your heart to a lover later. They'll love everything your ex hated about you. It's why my heart beats for Amparo. No one is like him. If he truly loves you, he'll come find you, no matter how long it takes. You both came far, and I have faith in both of you. Thanks, Eforie. Let's shed a little light in that darkness. There's a half moon out tonight. It's sadly not much. And there's a track that was composed by a friend I met in college. It's a stark contrast to Joy Luna's compositions, but it's just the mood I needed to help me smile. It is something now, Frederick. Look who came. Oh my god. Siddiq, I knew we'd find you. More like, I'd find you. Did you think you were going to share this moment without me? You know better than to leave me out. Not on purpose, mate. We got through a nasty attack. I'm glad to see you're safe, Siddiq. We were thinking about shelter before we decided to take a look at the half moon. It's not as bright as a full moon. Should have waited another few days. Then the night would be half as bright as day. You'll be able to see much better. Without the phase, vampires thrive in the night. We should get some sleep in that cave. I'm getting too tired to keep hiking. I feel like I can't keep my eyes open. You're gonna have to. You can't go to sleep now. Baudelaire Village is past the tributary of that river. You mean we're close by already? It's all been so hazy. It felt like an hour ago that we were in the outskirts of Colebrook. Well, it's such we can't keep track of time when we're off the grid, you know. It was all Frederick's idea. Do you seriously have to keep going? I'm going to fall flat on the stone ground if I stand out much longer. Here, I got you some bubble tea to keep you awake for another few hours. It's your favorite flavor. What happened, said the Q? What's happening, said the Q? Why can't this wait until dawn? Adelia and the others made camp at the tributary. Everyone else had gone to bed, but she asked me to stay up on guard duty. You know me, I got bored. I went up to the river for a drink of water, but when I heard fighting at the waterfall, I was curious about what was happening down there, so I wanted to take a closer look. But it looks like you handled yourselves quite nicely. It's too bad I missed out on the fun. It's a good thing you did. Laura followed us here, man. We're not sure she's been sent by Dracula or she acted on her own, but we scared her off. Usually whenever Laura is around, Carmilla is almost always involved, and there's a slim chance that Dracula would have something to do with it. Then you shouldn't be sleeping in the cave by yourself. We'll go back to the others and Laura won't come near you anytime soon. I want to see everyone's reactions when they wake up to see our faces, and best of all, you'll get a better night's sleep in a cozy sleeping bag. One that is preferably next to me. I prefer a mattress. Sorry, Fred. You know beggars can't be choosers. We're sleeping in a bag and that's all there is to it. Hopefully not a body bag. Anyway, if our friends are not far and there's a good chance Laura will return to the spot, we can't waste another second. Guys, I need my sleep. I might pass out if we stay up a little longer. Nope, you heard the lady. Now sip your bubble tea and let's get walking. Doesn't it look delicious? Okie dokie. You're the boss of the queue. Now you're getting it. You'll be getting a better night's sleep by the time we reach camp. See, Frederick? It's a better option than settling in the cave behind the waterfall. I wouldn't want to fight another bear. Refer to the last chapter. Dang it! I wanted to fall asleep to that soothing sound. Then drink up! The tea flavor is a lot more soothing than listening to that waterfall. You'll be rejuvenated on the go. God, this is going to be one hell of a night. To be continued in Chapter 4. Stage clear. Laura may not have tempted Frederick to throw his humanity away, but Sedecu Quatikin persuaded him to lose a few hours of sleep for their traveling companions and Baudelaire Village are close by. Both are joyous news to encounter that makes a day full of overcoming the wrath of the changelings and resisting a seductress fruitful. Chances are, however, that the tree that they seek may not bear as much fruit as they are praying for. And we're back to the hub world. You guys can let me know what you think of this installment. The link to download it will be in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Have a good night. Go.